Hi, Matilda. Okay, so my name is Josette. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm too. Or me too. How's
Okay, so Matilda, where do you live? Tell me a little bit about Matilda.
Well, I live in Moscow, and I was studying in Moscow International Film School on in director workshop, and I graduate in this year, 2018, and now I want to work how operator or editor.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm looking for work now.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you don't have a job right now?
Yet no, no, not yet. No.
Oh. Okay, so can you explain to me one more time, what is your job? What do you do?
How what I do in every day or in my job, my hobby, my
What do you do in your job?
aha, okay. Well, I'm shooting the films.
Oh,
Now it's short films and sometimes it documentary, non-fiction films, documentary.
documentary.
Sometimes it's plays films with actors and decorations and scenes. Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you work on movie sets, is that correct? Movie sets?
Yes.
That is.
I'm filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
No,
And
sense.
what kind of films do you like to make?
I think documentary films about people around me, about any events, important events.
Okay.
For example, if in Moscow go I don't know how it's
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so important events in Moscow. So maybe something like, okay, look at this screen. Can you see a white screen? Can you see a white page?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so maybe when you say important events, do you mean things like, for example, parade? Do you know that word, parade?
Yes.
Parades? So things like parades? What about things like protests?
Yeah.
Do you know protests?
Too.
Okay, okay. And so what kind of important events does Moscow have that you can film? Because I don't know.
Sorry, where you live?
Oh, where do I live? So I live in a lovely place called Argentina. Do you know Argentina?
Yes, of course.
Have you been to Argentina?
No. Actually, no.
Have you been to have okay, but I am from Canada.
Oh,
Oh, I
and
know.
why you go to Argentina?
That is a really good question. I don't know. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Um, I came here 9 years ago. So 9 years ago, I came here, and and I thought it would be a good idea 9 years ago, and now I live here. Now, since you are a filmmaker, Matilda, do you want to make films in other countries?
Yeah, I do this every time. Every time when I go to another country, I make a mini film, or I make, or I made, or
You make or you see?
I make the film, mini film, short film.
Short film. Okay. Okay.
When I went to Georgia in Tbilisi, I I was make a short film about uh, Georgia architecture.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting. Wow. Now, does Georgia have really beautiful architecture? I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay. Okay. And so tell me, Matilda, what are some other places that you have been to film?
I have been when I have been in Ukraine in
Ukraine?
on Ukraine. Thank you. In little town Primorsk in at Azov Sea.
Okay.
It's a little town at in Ukraine, and I made a short film about its place, but it was story about nature of Ukraine
Oh,
because
wow.
with in this town many many beautiful uh, step step.
You you could say maybe beautiful, for example, you could say beautiful scenery,
What?
scenery, scenery. So scenery, oops, hold on. Okay, wait, let me type it here. Scenery is like what we see when we look around, what we see
Yeah,
when we look around.
I understand. Yes. Yeah, margins or margins and the sea, of course.
And the sea, okay. Okay, where else have you filmed, Matilda?
uh, sorry, what? Can you repeat?
Yes, no problem. Let me change the question. Where are some other places that you have filmed? Have you filmed in the Americas?
No, I haven't been in America. But I have been in Tokyo, in Japan.
Oh, wow. What was
Yeah,
that like? It's my dream place. It's my dream to go there.
it's a very big town where so many people and it was a school expedition to Japan to our friends, our partners, and we go with our performance, theater performance.
Oh, okay.
And
So you do theater too. Wow, Matilda. Wow, that is pretty amazing. So what did you like about Tokyo?
I think I saw what in Tokyo. It's big, modern city, but 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
One time, it's very old, old place with big story, rich culture, and it's modern architecture. How is it?
Architecture.
Architecture.
Perfect.
Modern architecture
Perfect.
connect with very old culture and nature and very beautiful houses. And,
Great. So exactly. This is exactly why it is my dream to go to Tokyo someday. Someday.
it was amazing.
Yeah, I will go. I'm so it sounds like you are a really cool person with a cool job. And I think that is really great. Okay, now, Matilda, I would like to spend a little bit of time looking at some of the things that you said today. Okay? Okay, so let's look at some things that you said, and let's look at how we can correct them. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to the corrections. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm changing a page. Can you see the corrections?
Yes.
So these are some of the things that you said. Wow, I know you spoke so much. Great. Okay, so let's go through each one and talk about how we can make your sentences better. Okay? Okay, perfect. Okay, let's start with number 1. Okay, take a look. Okay, can you please take a look at your sentence here, and can you read your sentence for me, please, Matilda?
The sentence, it's with
well.
Well, I live in Moscow and others. Okay. Well, I live in Moscow and I was study in Moscow International Film School in director workshop.
Okay, so that is a great sentence. The thing with this sentence is we have the present and the past mixed together.
Oh, I understand.
That's okay. So let's see how we can make this better. The first part of the sentence, well, I'm live in Moscow. Do we say I'm live, or should we say something else? Is it I'm?
I'm living.
Oh, I like that. That's good. So let's change that. I'm living in Moscow. You can also say I live in Moscow. So you can say I live, since it's a permanent thing, or you can say I'm living to talk about right now. Okay? So let's keep I'm living in Moscow. Great. And what about the next part? And I was studying in Moscow.
And I was study in Moscow International School in director workshop.
So was study okay, or should we change it and make it different?
Maybe
What do you think?
study. Maybe the word study transform in
In the past.
in the past. But how I
Right.
don't remember.
So
how.
we say like this: I studied. Studied. Yeah, I studied.
I thought that study have different as see and so and see it. I don't. I remember. Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay, so I studied in Moscow. I think here for Moscow, since you are talking about a specific school, we need an article in English, and we need to use the word the. So in the, and now I forgot a word here. Moscow International Film School.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a, yes.
Direct workshop.
In, let me see. I think we can use the article a in a director's workshop. Director's workshop.
Workshop.
What do you think? Is that okay?
Director workshop. Director, it's a name of workshop. It's
okay. Okay, so let's remove that in okay. Director workshop. Now,
maybe
is the word workshop okay? Or maybe we could use a course, or let me see. So we could use things like a course or a degree or class. What do you think? Now a course can have many classes.
Course. No. It's a studio. Maybe studio.
In a director's studio. A studio is a place.
Yes.
Okay, let's just leave it as workshop. I think workshop is okay. And let's move on to the next correction. Number 2. Okay, number 2. Let's take a look.
And I'm looking for a job right now. Not yet.
Not okay. So not yet is great, but it's what we call in English a hanging sentence. It is a hanging sentence. And a hanging sentence means that it is incomplete. So we need some other things in that sentence. Okay, what not yet?
Not yet. Looking for a job.
Do you mean looking for or having a job?
Having.
Okay, so let's change this. I don't have a job yet.
I don't have a job yet.
Yeah. How's that? That's okay?
Can I ask?
Yes.
When I say I'm looking for a job right now, can I say a job now, or I need to say right now? What's different? Right now and just now?
Because if you usually, when we talk about something that we are doing continuously, you can make it more specific by saying right now, in this moment, specific moment.
Yeah, understand. I
Okay.
understand.
Okay, great. Can we go to number 3? Let's look at number 3.
Yes. Так, what I do every day, or what I do every day, or in my, in my hobby.
Okay, so we have some things that are repeated. So I think this one. So in the first part, what I do every day, we're missing one little word in a question. Do you know what that word is when we make questions in English?
What do I?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Great. I like it. Good. Great. What do I do every day? Now, I think here, or what do I do? Can we change the second every day and put something else?
Or what do I do?
I think here you said in my job. In my job?
Yes.
Now,
What do I do my job?
Now, when you talk about what you do as a hobby, if you're talking about questioning your hobbies, a better way to ask that would be, or in my free time. Your free time includes your hobbies and other things that you like. Free time. So hobbies, maybe, I don't know, classes, etc. Okay, so I think here it's better for us to say in my free time. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, I'm glad.
I agree. Oh.
Great. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, I see. Shooting the films. Now it's short film. Now it's short films and sometimes documentary and fiction films.
Yeah. Okay, so the first part, shooting the films, what is that called? Do you remember what we call it in English? Hanging.
Present time. Present continuous.
It's a hanging sentence. So we don't have the complete sentence here. So for shooting the films, what sentence do you want to say here? What about shooting the films? You shoot films?
I'm maybe make the films because shooting in it's right now.
I like that.
I have camera and shooting.
Yeah, great. Okay.
I make
films. That sounds great. Okay. Yeah, I make films.
I make films. Now,
so cool.
Now it's short.
So now, like right now?
Maybe right now. Yeah. In this time
Now?
in this year. For this year, I make short films. No, yeah, right now, it's short films.
I make short films and sometimes documentaries. So we need the plural here. Documentaries and fiction films.
I understand. Okay. Yeah.
Good? It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Excellent. And then we want I make films. Great. Okay, excellent. Let's continue. Number 5. Okay, there's one little thing missing in this one. What's it?
I'm filmmaker. I don't know what else I can add to this sense. I am filmmaker.
So this is because in English there is we use these small little words very frequently. We use articles and articles. So we use the, a, and an. So when you were talking about something in general, something in general, oh, okay, hold on. Wait.
I am a filmmaker.
Yay! Thank you! Fantastic. Great.
Okay.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, next. Okay.
I make.
Oh, make. Okay, sorry. Maybe that was me. Okay, I make. Okay. I make documentary films about people around me.
Wow. You so fast wrote what I said?
About people around me, about any events, important events in, for example, in Moscow.
Mm-hmm. But I can't see.
Oh, number 6. Number 6. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I make documentary films about people around me, about new events, important events in, for example,
Hi guys, sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Yes, we are running out of time here, and
Okay.
Svetlana is there waiting for you. I already got her connected. So,
Okay.
спасибо большое вам за ваше время. Надеюсь, вам понравилось.
Thank you, Matilda.